Hello, and welcome to today's video. Today I just kind of wanted to give you guys a general run through of what my daily schedule looks like, or at least what today's daily schedule looked like. Every day is a little bit different, but today is just a great example of one random day. So today is a Saturday, so I started out the day with sleeping in just a little bit because I stayed up a little bit later than usual because last night was Friday, so I figured today was a fitting day to stay up late. But yeah, so I slept until I think about 9ish, which is really late for me, which is funny because late for me used to be 3 or 4 p.m. but now it's 9 or 10 and I'm like, oh, it's late, I better get up. But yeah, so I got up for the day, I think around 9, and I started getting ready. I usually, shower so I can get my hair washed, and then after I shower, I pick out and put my outfit together, and then I start on my makeup, and then after my makeup, I usually curl my hair. I ran out of time to curl my hair today because by the time I finished my makeup, somebody messaged me that I'd been talking to come pick up some Pokemon cards. So they were like, I'll be there in 25 minutes. And I was like, 25 minutes is not enough time to set up, to film while I do my hair, and then, go ahead and do all of that. So there was just not, because all of that, and then also driving to my parents' house. They live 5 minutes away. So I was like, yeah, that's not gonna happen. So I just gathered up all my things at that point, and I hurried and did my fit check. So I got my fit check done earlier, and then it was right over to work. And so I got there, and I got this stuff for them, and they got there, a few minutes later. And so yeah, so first customer for the day right off the bat, and then I got to work. I had a bunch of different things to work on today, but a lot of it was responding to people and planning time for people to come and check out my little shop. So I spent a lot of the day just basically doing that. I had a couple more customers in the morning, or I guess, so before I had more customers, I actually needed to go pick up some stuff that was 15 minutes away. So I drove and I got the new stuff, and then I drove back. So that I actually made really good time. Usually it's a 15 to 20 minute drive depending on traffic, but it took me exactly 30 minutes basically, including the drive time, picking up the stuff, and then driving back. So I was a solid 30 minutes is best case scenario. That was fantastic. I got back right in time to be ready for those next couple of customers who both got there about the same time and were interested in a few of the same things. So it was kind of awkward. And then one of them, it was a guy and his daughter, and I would guess she's probably mid-teens, but he only spoke a little bit of English, so she had to translate back and forth a few times, and it was a kind of interesting dynamic, but it was confusing, so I was trying to figure that out while another guy was kind of browsing, and he had a few questions, and he wanted some stuff that I had to go grab from the other room, because I have the front room of my parents' house is my mom's office. It's been the office is what we call it my entire life, and she lets me use half of that room now for my little card shop, and so I have that all set up in there, but then I have to go down the hallway to get to my office, which is just an old bedroom. It used to be my sister's bedroom, but when I moved out, she took over my old bedroom because my bedroom was the second largest bedroom in the house. So she was like, let me get it. I hadn't finished moving out before leaving on my honeymoon, but by the time I got back from my honeymoon, she was completely moved into my room, and all my stuff was just moved to another room, and I was just like, cool. That's cool. I'm not upset about it. I just think it's funny that they were ready for me to be out of there so she could have my old room. But yeah, so I have my little office down the hall, and so I had to keep running back and forth to my office to get stuff, and then one of them was paying in cash and they needed change, and I just barely moved my box of change to my office as well because my mom was like, hey, can you put this somewhere different? There's not room for it in here right now. And I was just like, okay, whatever. And I'm like, that was bad timing because I had to run back and forth to do that. So that was slightly hectic, but it all worked out okay. I got the people the cards that they wanted. Everybody was happy, and I was happy because it makes me so happy when I get people the cards that they want. So it all worked out well. And then it was a little bit slower for early to mid afternoon. I just worked on a few different things. I still had a lot of people I had to respond to. I think I started the day with messages from 10 different people that were interested in stuff. So it took a while to respond to those, and a lot of them it was working out deals and planning when to meet up and stuff, and they were asking me about certain things, so I had to like go through and take pictures of stuff and send it to them. So that's a lot of my everyday is responding to those, and so that took a while today, but it was good stuff. In between that, I like took care of, I had one TCG player ordered today, so I did that. And then I needed to like prep some more boxes of cards, and I got a few more things like listed on Facebook Marketplace, since that's kind of like my main platform for selling right now is Facebook Marketplace. It's been fantastic, but so I got a few more things listed on there. I updated some listings of things that had sold, and then like late afternoon I had a few more people that wanted to come by, so I had somebody come by to buy a couple of pins. And then like a few minutes after that, I had 2 people come at almost the same time. It was, once again, it always stresses me out slightly when I have 2 customers at the same time, but it's like ultimately, like they can tell me when they're gonna be there, but if they're 30 minutes late, like it's not my fault if they come at the same time as I scheduled another customer. Because usually I try to schedule my customers at least like 20 to 30 minutes apart, so that it's like it's not too busy, there's plenty of time in between them, they don't feel cramped. But if they don't come on time and they're there at the same time as another customer, it's not the end of the world. I just know that it may affect their experience. And it's really important to me to be able to give people the best experience, to be able to answer all their questions, to really like provide good customer service. Because 1, like obviously that's what's going to make happy customers. But 2, I feel like it also is just, it's important to me because that's like how I want to be treated and how I want to treat my customers, because I do genuinely care about my customers. I want them to be happy and to find the stuff that they like, not just because like it's great when they give me a good review, but at the end of the day it's like it's about the people, and I want the people to feel like they had like a good experience and that they were so happy that they came to my shop and that like it was something that lit up their day and like they got something that they really needed for their collection or just anything like that. And so it's really important to me that it's like it's a quality experience. So I was a little stressed that like a couple people were there at the same time, but the first one was just one guy. He mainly just wanted to do like one box. It was like a partial trade because like he had these cool 3D printed deck boxes, and 3D printed deck boxes are kind of cool. So I was like, yeah, we can do like a partial trade for that and then cash for the rest. And then he was just kind of browsing after we'd already done the transaction when the next group came, which was a family. It was a mom, dad, and their kid. And it was kind of funny. I hadn't realized it at first, but both the dad and the mom had separately contacted me about certain listings of mine and like were asking for stuff. And so they both like bought their stuff separately and then found like some other things that they wanted in my store. And it made me so happy because they were so thrilled, and they bought like a couple of packs for their kid. And he was so excited, like the second that they had paid for the packs, he had them opened. Like he was thrilled to be opening those packs, and I just love that. But it's my favorite thing. That is just like one of the highest quality experiences I have with my shop is when like a whole family will come and every member of the family is excited to be there and pick stuff out. And that was exactly the vibe, and I was just so happy that they were finding all kinds of things. They picked out, I got this really cool like little Gengar purse in, and so they bought that, and I was a little sad because I've told multiple people, I was like, if this doesn't sell in 2 weeks, I'm keeping it for myself. It sold in 2 days. I'm still tempted to try and see if I can find another one for myself though, because it's a Gengar purse. I have a thing for purses. I probably own around 15 purses. My husband got me a ton of really neat ones for Christmas. Some of my best ones that I have, including one that's like a little ducky. There's a hamburger, one that looks like a little like wrapped piece of candy, just all kinds of cute stuff. So I really like purses, and I don't have a Pokemon purse, so that would be pretty neat. I really want to get like a Pokeball shaped purse. I think that would be pretty fire. Like either a completely spherical one or just like a circle one. Either way, it would be really cool. But yeah, so then I finished helping them, and they brought like, they had this big stack of like ETBs and boxes and all the little fun things, and they were just like, we will definitely be back. Like they drove like 40 minutes to get here. They're like, they did ask if I would like ship stuff in the future, and I'm like, absolutely. I started selling cards online, so shipping is no big deal. Obviously I prefer not to ship. That's why I've kind of shifted towards more of like a storefront kind of thing instead of just completely online. And like I can still totally ship stuff. It's not my favorite, and having to buy all the shipping supplies drives me crazy. So I definitely much prefer just being able to be like, come to my store, look around, pick out what you want, and then take it home in a Walmart sack instead of me having to, package it up in a box and get a label and ship it and all those extra steps. So but yeah, they walked away so happy with their big pile of stuff, and I am just like, yay! And so they left, and then at that point, I had like a couple other little things I worked on. I think so. Also, at some point during the day, like I was working on getting my videos posted for the day, and so I was working on that, like making thumbnails and things, and kind of finished that up. And then after that, my family got dinner. And so they picked up some Costa Vida. They got me a salad. So I sat down Saturday is like my family's day where they always eat out and then watch TV. If there's an active season of Survivor going, that's so usually their first choice to watch. But if not, they like have like usually something else, reality TV. I think today was Deal or No Deal Island. So I sat down in the living room and ate my salad and kind of watched that. I'm not much of a TV person, and so I usually don't watch. I kind of just I'll just hang out. I'll just sit in there and eat, but I'm not the biggest fan of actually watching TV. So, but yeah, I think that's what the show that was on was. I think last week it was like Beast Games or something. So just random stuff like that. But yeah, so I ate with them, and then I had to hurry and finish getting a couple little things ready for my shop. Like I always have like little like bulk sets of cards and things that I sell, and I sold out on 2 different types of those bulk lots today. And so I had to put together some more so that I have at least a couple things for next week, but I need to make a bunch more on Monday. The only problem is that the place that I've been sourcing a lot of my bulk, last time I went there to get some, the guy that I normally get it from there wasn't there. I think it was his wife, and she was like, what bulk? And so she had to like call him, and it was this whole confusing thing, and I was like, I don't even know if they want to keep selling me bulk, like if they even have any for me. And I felt kind of awkward, but it worked out. I got a little bit, but not enough. And so I used to just would sell my own bulk, but I have stopped myself from opening packs consistently for a long time now because I can't be trusted. So I don't have a ton of my own bulk anymore, which is crazy because I had like hundreds of thousands of bulk cards just like stacked up for like actual years. But now I don't have as many, and so I've like started outsourcing it. And like sometimes people will trade in bulk, but I only barely started like offering that as a way for people to get in-store credit. And so I kind of need to like streamline the process and also like actually advertise it, because right now it's usually just people will ask if I do trade-ins, and I'm like, yeah, like I'll take in singles at 50% of TCG player value, since that's pretty typical for stores in my area. And then bulk is like $5 per 1,000 is what I'm kind of testing out, but I don't know. I've only offered it to 2 people so far, but I need to start offering it to more people. But hey, if any of you guys have Pokemon bulk that you're willing to sell, maybe we can work something out. I'm always happy to do trades. I have so much Pokemon available. But yeah, so I finished up getting a few more like bulk lot stuff ready, and then I had to drive home because my husband and I are going to like a church thing, and so I need to go get dressed in more church appropriate clothes. A mini skirt is not totally the vibe. I love mini skirts, but they're not super church activity appropriate. So I had to come home to change, but also, get some stuff filmed, and then I'm trying to get ahead on some content too, because I'm gonna be really busy in the next couple weeks. And yeah, so I'm gonna work on some content real quick before my husband gets home, and then we're gonna head to the thing. And then I think by the time we're done with that, it should be pretty late, so we'll probably come home. I don't think he's eaten yet, so we might like get him some food, and then probably I need to go to bed at a decent time so that I can wake up for church in the morning. But yeah, so that is kind of my little run through of my day today. Most days like follow a somewhat similar kind of like flow, but obviously every day is different. Some days I, have to go pick up stuff that's like 40 minutes away, but fortunately today's pickup was a little closer, which is definitely a lot better. I don't like it when I have to drive 40 minutes somewhere, spend like 20 minutes picking stuff up, and then like another 40 minutes back. Like that's an hour and 40 minutes of my day, and usually it's in the middle of the day, like during the times like when people want to come and buy stuff. And so it's so difficult to be like, okay, I don't have anybody coming, like I can hurry and run and do this, when it's only a 30-minute back and forth thing. Not a big deal. But when it's an hour and 40 minutes, it is difficult to make that fit. So, but long story short, I need to make that 40-minute drive there in another a 40-minute drive back. Probably next week. We'll see when I have time though. But yeah, so that is kind of a run through of my day today. I'm curious to know like what you guys, like what's your daily schedule like? Do you have like just a very consistent everyday routine? Is yours just kind of more hectic and random? I guess it probably depends on the type of jobs that most people have. Whereas I'm self-employed, it's like, you would think that that would mean that I can come up with whatever schedule I want, but it's a little more complicated than that, because obviously it's like I'm able to, as I, go and get used to things, I'm easily able to like notice and catch and realize like, okay, what times of day are the best times of day to be available for people to come to my shop? What are the like most common times of day for my vendors and stuff to want me to pick up from them? And so it's like I can tell like basically the ideal work day for me right now is like basically 10 a.m. to like 7 p.m. is kind of like, that is when I need to be working each day. But yeah, so that's a little bit about my schedule. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.